Welcome everybody to Spinner Rack Review. Today we're looking at Wolverine the Long Night #1. Well everybody, this is a comic adaptation of the popular Wolverine Long Night podcast. It's been very popular and I gotta say it's pretty interesting. I did not expect this. I hadn't actually seen or listened to the podcast, but the comic book has definitely intrigued me to the point where I'm actually listening to the podcast. And it's great when you use the comic book form and you use it to expand the things that it could possibly done. And I think that Marvel did a pretty good job here. So definitely this looks like it's going to be a buy. But let's get right into the story. What is the story about? The story starts in Burns, Alaska, where their mysterious trawler had some mysterious deaths in it, where people on the trawler, the crab trawler or the fish trawler, they ended up dying. And so the federal agents, FBI agents, come and investigate and see what the hell is going on. Well, they do notice that there's some mysterious lacerations on the body, indicative of who? Wolverine. So, they're pretty suspicious. At the same time, you have two women who died under mysterious circumstances from a bear, supposedly. And so people are like, oh, don't worry, people die in Alaska. The chef is like, people die in Alaska regularly and by bears. But, the FBI agents are very skeptical, very, they're not sure about that. And the same thing goes for, what the hell happened in the trawler. So they're trying to discover what's going on. It's a small town, it's very tight knit, and they're not exactly sure. At the same time, just out of left field, there's a cult called the Aurora, who are also there. I guess they're like a doomsday cult or whatever, and they're always talking on the radio, telling people things or what's going on. But probably what's the most interesting is when we finally get towards the latter half of the story and we meet someone from the crew. Everyone from the crew except for one dude died, and he wasn't on the crew. I guess he called in sick, and he basically explains the story of how this mysterious stranger came into town, and he joined the boat. There was no questions asked, and he was doing a good job, and there was an accident, and one of the guys goes overboard. This dude was super strong. He jumped overboard. He grabbed the guy and saved him and threw him back on board, but everybody was pretty scared of him because he had to cut off the guy he saved's arm, and everybody was like, "Oh my!" He started saying, "He cut my hand off," and the stranger disappeared. So, of course, from the images that we see in the comic, it's clearly Wolverine. And what's going on? We're trying to figure out: is Wolverine okay? Has he gone feral? Has amnesia? We don't know. And the whole thing's trying to discover why these murders have occurred, who Wolverine is, and what's going on. And I gotta say, I think you should probably go out and buy it. If at the very least, listen to the podcast because it's been very, very interesting. So I gotta give thumbs up to Marvel for their creative endeavors and the crew that put this together. I'll see if the other comics are actually worth looking into, and I will be reviewing them if they are. So check this one out. The art is gorgeous. Spinner Rack out.